Hello and thanks for joining me this afternoon. I just wanted to quickly go through what I've been doing this morning. So I'm sorry I can see my shadow there, but hopefully you can see this. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about skin tones and how it's a good idea when you're a beginner with watercolour to work wet on dry and just gradually build things up. So it's so much easier than working wet in wet where it's very easy to make a mistake. So as a beginner, I think it's good to have some patience and let each layer dry in between and gradually build them up. But also I just wanted to say how few colours you need and that it's, easy just to use very few colours and keep it simple. So I just drew this young girl in ink and kept it quite simple, some simple lines, and then I've used very few colours. So the actual skin tone is yellow ochre with a tiny touch of alizarin and plenty of water. I put one layer on, let that completely dry, and then I used exactly the same colours again with slightly less water to do the next shadows, sort of under her hair and under her chin and things. And then again left it to dry and then used the same mix, so no extra colour, no extra water, just the same mix on top to go slightly darker under her cheekbone and her ear and under her eyebrows there. So the whole face was done just using those two colours. And then to keep it simple after that, I used the same alizarin crimson to do her lips, and then added to that alizarin crimson a touch of green just to tone it down to do a jumper. And then I used in her hair, that was just the yellow ochre with some raw umber, just to make it slightly more brown than the yellow, so it looked a more natural colour. And again, I'd painted the colour all over the hair, the same colour, and then where you can see her hair is slightly darker, that's just exactly the same mix again, but just putting an extra layer on after it's dry. So just by adding layers of the same colour on top, you can get it to appear darker, gradually build it up, and then know when to stop as well. Okay, so the only other colour I used on there was a touch of blue in her eyes, and that was it really. So you can see in my palette there, very simple, just those four mixes, the one for her hair, the alizarin, the blue, and then the skin tone. Okay, so I hope you find that useful. We'll perhaps come back and do skin tones again in more depth another day. I have done videos on them before, so if you want to look back and find those as well. Okay, so thank you once again for joining me for this little quick live video. Bye for now.